Hi. I'm just going to read some more Emily Brontë poems. So, A Death Scene. O day he cannot die, when thou so fair art shining, O sun, in such a glorious sky, so tranquillity declining. He cannot leave thee now, while fresh west winds are blowing, and all around his youthful brow thy cheerful light is glowing. Edward, awake, awake! The golden evening gleams, warm and bright on Arden's lake, arouse thee from thy dreams. Beside thee on my knee, my dearest friend, I pray, that thou to cross the eternal sea wouldst yet 1 hour delay. I hear its billows roar, I see them foaming high, but no glimpse of a further shore has blessed my straining eye. Believe not what thy urge of Eden isles beyond. Turn back from that tempestuous surge, to thy own native land. It is not death but pain that struggles in thy heart. Nay, rally, Edward, rouse again, I cannot let thee rest. One long look that sore reproved me for the woe I could not bear. One mute look of suffering moved me to repent my useless prayer, and with sudden check the heaving of distraction passed away. Not a sign of further grieving stirred my soul that awful day. Pallid at length the sweet sun setting, sunk to peace the twilight breeze. Summer dews fell softly wetting glen and glade and silent trees. Then his eyes began to weary, weighed beneath a mortal sleep, and their orbs grew strangely dreary, clouded even as they would weep. But they wept not, but they changed not, never moved and never closed, troubled still, and still they ranged not, wandered not, nor yet reposed. So I knew that he was dying, stooped and raised his languid head, felt no breath and heard no sighing. So I knew that he was dead. Remembrance. Cold in the earth and the deep snow piled above thee, far, far removed, cold in the dreary grave, have I forgot my only love to love thee, severed at last by time's all-severing wave? Now, when alone, do my thoughts no longer hover over the mountains on that northern shore, resting their wings where heath and fern leaves cover thy noble heart for ever, evermore. Cold in the earth and 15 wild Decembers from those brown hills have melted into spring. Faithful indeed is the spirit that remembers after such years of change and suffering. Sweet love of youth, forgive if I forget thee, while the world's tide is bearing me along. Other desires and other hopes beset me, hopes which obscure but cannot do thee wrong. No later light has lightened up my heaven, no second morn has ever shone for me. All my life's bliss from thy dear life was given, all my life's bliss is in the grave with thee. But when the days of golden dreams had perished, and even despair was powerless to destroy, then did I learn how existence could be cherished, strengthened and fed without the aid of joy. Then did I check the tears of useless passion, weaned my young soul from yearning after thine, sternly denied its burning wish to hasten down to that tomb already more than mine. And even yet I dare not let it languish, dare not indulge in memory's rapturous pain. Once drinking deep of that divinest anguish, how could I seek the empty world again? Death. Death that struck when I was most confiding in my certain faith of joy to be, strike again time's withered branch dividing from the fresh root of eternity. Leaves upon time's branch were growing brightly, full of sap and full of silver dew. Birds beneath its shelter gathered nightly, daily round its flowers the wild bees flew. Sorrow passed and plucked the golden blossom, guilt stripped off the foliage in its pride, but within its parent kindly bosom flowed for ever life's restoring tide. Little mourned I for the parted gladness, for the vacant nest and silent song. Hope was there and laughed me out of sadness, whispering winter will not linger long. And behold, with tenfold increased blessing, spring adorned the beauty burdened spray, wind and rain and fervent heat caressing, lavish glory on that 2nd May. High it rose, no winged grief could sweep it, sin was scared to distance with its shine, love and its own life had power to keep it from all wrong, from every blight but thine. Cruel death, the young leaves droop and languish, evening's gentle air may still restore. Not the morning sunshine mocks my anguish, time for me must never blossom more. Strike it down that other boughs may flourish, where that perished sapling used to be. Thus at last its mouldering corpse will nourish that from which it sprung, eternity. No coward soul is mine. No coward soul is mine, no trembler in the world's storm-troubled sphere. I see heaven's glories shine, and faith shines equal, arming me from fear. O God within my breast, almighty ever-present deity, life that in me had rest, as I, undying life, have power in thee. Vain are the... Let's start from the top. No coward soul is mine. No coward soul is mine, no trembler in the world's storm-troubled sphere. I see heaven's glories shine, and faith shines equal, arming me from fear. O God within my breast, almighty ever-present deity, life that in me hast rest, as I, undying life, have power in thee. Vain are the 1,000 creeds that move men's hearts unutterably vain, worthless as withered weeds, or idlest froth amid the boundless main, to waken doubt in one, holding so fast by thy infinity, so surely anchored on the steadfast rock of immortality. With wide embracing love, thy spirit animates eternal years, pervades and broods above, changes, sustains, dissolves, creates and rears. Though earth and moon were gone, and sun and universes ceased to be, and thou wert left alone, every existence would exist in thee. There is not room for death, nor atom that his might could render void, since thou art being and breath, and what thou art may never be destroyed. The bluebell is the sweetest flower. The bluebell is the sweetest flower that waves in summer air. Its blossoms have the mightiest power to soothe my spirit's care. There is a spell in purple heath, too wildly, sadly drear, The violet has a fragrant breath, but fragrance will not cheer. The trees are bare, the sun is cold, and seldom seen. The heavens have lost their zone of gold, the earth its robe of green, and ice upon the glancing stream has cast its sombre shade, and distant hills and valleys seem in frozen mist arrayed. The bluebell cannot charm me now, the heath has lost its bloom, the violets in the glen below, they yield no sweet perfume. But though I mourn the heather bell, 'tis better far away. I know how fast my tears would swell to see it smile today. And that wood flower that hides so shy beneath the mossy stone, its balmy scent and dewy eye, 'tis not for them I moan. It is the slight and stately stem, the blossom silvery blue, the buds hid like a sapphire gem, its sheaths of emerald blue. 'Tis thee that breathe upon my heart a calm and softening spell, that if it makes the teardrop start has power to soothe as well. For these I weep so long divided through winter's dreary day, in longing weep, but most when guided on withered banks to stray. If chilly then the light should fall adown the dreary sky, and guile the dank and darkened wall with transistent brilliance eye. How do I yearn, how do I pine for the time of flowers to come, and turn me from that fading shine to mourn the fields of home.